So, one of my new favorite YouTubers, Jenny Nicholson, has this video that I have watched several dozen times of her reading bad fanfiction involving Jeff the Killer. It is the book 1 of the Insanity series by Jenny Nicholson, and John Wolfe also did a video of it, which is lovely. And there is a sequel. I am eagerly awaiting Jenny's video where she reads it, if she decides to do it. So, while I am waiting for that video to come out, I figured I would read a bit of it here on my channel, because we've all gone through that phase where we write bad fan fiction. You spend, like, sometimes teenagers take that, you know, writing fan fiction and they just kind of go, okay, I'm gonna make this either a power play where I'm like beating up like people who are mean to me, or I'm gonna make myself like the popular kid, or I'm gonna make myself magical. I did all of those. So the actual sequel to this Insanity book 1 Jeff the Killer fan fiction is very long. It's like 300 something pages. Props to Jenny Nicholson for doing that, because that's impressive despite the content not being what I would want to read. And I don't really want to subject myself to reading all of that right now. So I figured I would download the free sample off of Kindle and read that today. Also, in true Jenny Nicholson fashion, I am dressed the part of whatever video I'm going to be shooting. Today I'm dressed as a try-hard goth kid. More so than usual. And I also have my giant squishy Star Wars toy. I love you, Jenny. Please be my friend. So the last story ended with the main character, like the self-insert character, Naomi, killing her family the same night that Jeff the Killer killed his family. They like went on the news and like did like a thing where they're like, we're gonna be coming for you next. And then they go to like the mansion in the woods and they like live in this mansion with Slender Man and like all the other like CreepyPasta characters. And it literally ends on a cliffhanger, and Jeff is sort of like, okay, so we've met everyone, now what? And that's where it ends, and this story picks up there. Chapter 1, Naomi's perspective. I woke up to the smell of something burning. I jolted up in my bed to see my room in flames. I jumped off my bed and ran towards my door, which had slammed itself shut. I tugged on the doorknob, but the door wouldn't open. I screamed as loudly as I could, hoping someone would hear me, but no one came. No one can hear you, I heard a voice say. I turned around to see a girl sitting on the edge of my bed. Who are you? I asked. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that Zalgo has won and Slender has lost, she said, smiling. What are you talking about? I asked. Your family is dead. Yeah, that was kind of Naomi's doing. Oh wait, she's talking about this family. Never mind. And you're going to die along with them, she threatened. I shook my head. No, this can't be happening, I yelled. Oh, and Naomi, I'll be seeing you very soon, she said, disappearing. So basically what happens after this is she notices that the girl has left a red container of gasoline on the corner of her bed, and it tips over, and the whole room bursts into flames, and Naomi gets burned alive. And then she screams and sits him in bed, so it's a dream. I looked around my room. Everything was still there. I sighed. It was only a dream, I said. I got out of bed and put on clothes and headed downstairs. It was quiet. A little too quiet. What happens now is Naomi is walking around the house. She finds Smile Dog. She's like, hey, Smile Dog, where is everybody? And she's like, is everybody out, like, doing stuff? And so she hears, like, a music box in a room, and it's all dark, and she walks over to the music box and she picks up a piece of paper that says turn around. She turns around and she's greeted by like, all these eyes like staring at her, and I'm like, oh shit, this is starting off on a great note. And then all of a sudden you hear someone yell, surprise! Happy birthday! Sally said, jumping into my arms. I blinked, a little confused. Oh, I forgot today was my birthday. Yeah. I forgot today was my birthday. Yeah, we didn't know what to do for your birthday, so Jeff decided to throw you a surprise party, Ben said. I smiled. Ben as in Ben drowned. Thanks, you guys, I said. I put Sally down as she ran to the table and crawled underneath it. What are you doing, Sally? I asked. Getting your presents out, she said. You guys didn't have to get me anything, I exclaimed, looking at everyone. Yeah, because you forgot it was your birthday and you weren't expecting things in the first place. We wanted to, though, EJ said softly. EJ is Eyeless Jack. She gets a bottle of perfume and a scarf from Sally. She gets a 3DS with a few games and an old copy of Pokemon Silver and a Game Boy from Ben. EJ gets her a shirt that says "Keep Calm and Go Insane." Of course. Tiki Toby gets her a knife sharpener. She gets like jewelry and like she gets a knife. And then careful with that box, Jeff said, pointing to one that had a bunch of holes in it. I picked it up gently. I heard soft rustling come from the box and a tiny meow. My eyes widened. You didn't, I said. Jeff nodded. I did, he said. Clever. I opened the lid and sitting in the box was a tiny tuxedo kitten with a red bow tied loosely around her neck. I squealed with excitement. She's so cute, I said. I took her out of the box and gently petted her tiny head. So cute. I can't wait to play dress up with her, Sally said. Can I hold her? Sally asked with pleading eyes. Sure, I said. She took the kitten into her arms and cradled her. You're the best, I said, kissing Jeff's cheek. He flushed red. It was nothing, Jeff said. What are you going to call her? Sally asked, putting the kitten down and watching her chase her tail. I'm going to name her Krista, I said. Of all names... Like, Krista's a cool name, but you wouldn't want to name your cat something like, I don't know, something edgy or spooky, because I sort of feel like that's the kind of niche that you're, like, fitting yourself into. Whatever. Slender Man walked in carrying 6 boxes with him. Everyone having fun? He asked. Yeah, Sally said. Slender handed each of us 1 box. What's this for? Ben asked. Open the box and see, he said. I opened the box and found a vial, and vial is spelled V-I-L-E instead of V-I-A-L, you know, like vial. I opened the box and found a vial of green liquid and paper. What's this? I asked, holding up the green vial. That is a potion that will turn you back into your former selves, back when you weren't insane. By taking it, you will be able to become more active in your social lives and find new friends, Slender said. Who we might end up killing, I said under my breath. Dude! Ben took out the paper and looked at it. This is a school flyer, he exclaimed. Yes, I have enrolled you all in Crest Hill School. I figured it's about time for you to expand your social life and try to act like normal teens, Slender said. I think Slender Man is just getting sick of, like, these, like, CreepyPasta try-hard people. Just kind of like, okay, you guys have, like, outstayed your welcome. Get the fuck out of my house. Go and be normal. Like, I'm tired of you. Go on now. Get! How are we supposed to expand our social life exactly? Ben asked. Well, you can join the after-school activities that are listed on the back of the flyer, Slender said. I flipped over the flyer and read the activities. Oh god. One of the activities caught my eye. Girl guitarist and singer needed for our band, the Flaming Chainsaws, because of course. If you would like to try out, be at the school building on Saturday, September 1st in the music room. So basically they just sort of go over like all the clubs that they were thinking about going to. What activity are you going to join? Ben asked. Oh, I was going to try out for the band that needs a lead guitarist, I said. You played guitar since when? Jeff asked. I played for quite a while, but my guitar is back at the old house, so I need to go buy another one, I said. Because first it was the piano, and now it is the guitar, and next thing you're gonna tell me that she plays the auto harp and the mandolin, which would be impressive, but still, it's kind of like, I can play any musical instrument at the drop of a hat because I am that self-insert character, Mary Sue. If you're going to buy a guitar, you're going to need this, Slender said, handing me a large envelope. I opened it up and found a plethora of cash in it. Wow, thanks, I said. Literally just like, wow, thanks. Naomi, you're so appreciative. You are welcome. It's just a small birthday gift from me, he said. I guess I'll go buy my guitars now since the tryouts are tomorrow, I said, getting up. I'll go with you, Jeff said, following me out of the room. Thanks for my kitten, I said. You're welcome, Jeff said. I opened the front door. We walked out of the house and out into the woods. So, to what store are we going, he asked. Probably a guitar store, you dingus. Oh, like which music store? Never mind. The one that's just down the street a little way, I said. I guess we better try this potion Slender gave us before we leave the woods, I cautioned. We both took a sip and were amazed as we transformed into our former selves. My question is this like a polyjuice potion? Is it like a veil? Like what kind of brujeria are we using in this potion? Because I need to know as a reader, because I need to be more immersed in this story, and having Slender Man just magically appear with these vials of green liquid that turn you into your former self is, yeah. We walked out of the woods and down the street. When we got to the music store, I noticed a bunch of cars outside along with a news van. I wonder what's going on, Jeff said. Let's go find out, I said, opening the door and walking in. There were so many people in the store. I made my way through the crowd to the guitars. I looked at them and saw a red guitar with skulls that had white flames on it, and its body was shaped like an axe. Which one stands out? Jeff asked. That one, I said, taking hold of the neck of the guitar. At the same time, someone else grabbed it. I looked at who had my guitar. I gasped. When the girl looked at me, I realized it was the girl I had seen in my dreams. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want this? She asked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had my hand on it first, I said. She smiled. Sure, you can have it. Of course I can afford a guitar that doesn't have poor person's hand all over it, she said, waving her hand in a dismissive way. Anyways, I need a guitar that makes my band, Grace and the Rockets, sound amazing, she said. You're from Grace and the Rockets? I asked. She nodded. And I'm Grace, the star, she said. A reporter snapped a picture of her. I frowned. I had this like image in my head of her like standing with Naomi in front of like these guitars, and they're like bickering about like the guitar and everything. And she's like, you're Grace from Grace and the Rockets? She's like, yes, I'm Grace and I'm a star. And then she goes like, ching, and like a reporter just like happens to be there taking her picture, and she's like posing, just like, yeah. Let me guess, you're going to the school down the road and joining that mediocre band, right? Grace sneered. Yeah, I am, I said. Oh God, no. Let's just see how good of a guitarist you are, Grace said, pulling a guitar from the shelf. It was a gold color and wireless, just like mine. Here's the deal. We copy each other's chords until one of us messes up. The winner gets that guitar, Grace said, pointing at my guitar. Fine, I said, putting my guitar on. She started playing. I copied and played a riff of my own. This went on for a good 20 minutes. Getting tired yet? She asked. I shook my head. I started playing. I ended with a few complicated chords. Beat that, Blondie, I said. Okay, what is it with these emo, goth, teenager kids hating people who were blonde? I know plenty of goth kids and emo kids and whatever the fuck kids who are blonde. Like, I understand that, like, you know, you want to have, like, dark hair and stuff because it, like, kind of adds, like, the image of being, like, dark and broody and, like, throwing everything into high contrast. Like, this is the same thing that happened in, like, the previous book. She was being, like, Naomi was being attacked by this girl that she's known her whole life named Mallory, who has blonde hair, green eyes, pink shirt, pink skirt, pink flip-flops, and a pink sparkly knife. And I want a pink sparkly knife. That would be amazing. Beat that, Blondie, I said. She frowned and started playing. A weird sound came from the guitar and all of her strings snapped. She gasped. No, I couldn't have lost to you, she shrieked. You aren't such a big shot now, are you? I replied. She frowned. How could I have lost to someone like you? She cried. Maybe because you're just a brat who cares too much about winning, I said. Kind of sounds like you care a lot about winning too, Naomi. You will pay for this. I swear I will make you pay. For the guitar that you just broke? Yeah, probably. Yeah, whatever. Come on, Jeff, I said, grabbing Jeff's hand and dragging him through the crowd. I paid for my guitar and walked outside. That was amazing, Jeff said. I smiled. Thanks, I said. Not even thanks. Like, thanks! Like, thanks. With, like, no exclamation point. I had no idea you could play the guitar so well. You'll definitely get into that school's band, Jeff said. I hope so, I said. We walked back into the woods. I looked at my guitar. I loved the flaming skulls on them. My mom said I wasn't allowed to have anything with skulls on them. I don't really know why. I mean, we have skulls. It's just a part of the skeletal system. But now that they're dead, I can have all the skulls I want. Oh. My parents won't let me wear trip pants or shop at Hot Topic. I'm gonna write fan fiction about murdering them. I want to murder my parents because I'm a teenager and I know everything. And I know everything so much better than them. And they don't know what I want. I don't understand how kids can glorify writing fan fiction about creepypasta characters and, like, finding creepypasta characters attractive when they, like, glorify murdering innocent people. Not to mention the fact that, like, Jeff's parents and, like, the self-insert characters, Naomi's parents, were nothing but kind and, like, trying to be, like, accepting of everything that their kids were going through. Like I said, this is, like, probably written by someone who's, like, a child and, like, by someone who's, like, a little, like, way younger than me, like, half my age, so I'm not saying I forgive it, but we all went through that phase of, like, being weird. I never grew out of it. So they get back to the house. Sally is playing with the kitten. Naomi goes into her room, shuts the door, decides what song she wants to play for tryouts. She listens to Linkin Park, and she has been in there for hours, and she decides to go downstairs to the kitchen to make dinner. She sees Jeff and Ben, and they're playing video games, and Masky and Hoodie were back from doing whatever they were doing, and EJ was sitting on the couch eating kidneys. You know, good for you, full of iron and all that stuff. Do you need any help? I asked. Yes, could you help me with this cheesecake recipe? Masky said. Sure, I said, smiling. I looked at the recipe and started measuring ingredients and putting them into the bowl. Masky stood behind me and watched. Do we have any lemons? I asked. No, Naomi! Didn't you learn anything from when you were slicing lemons and limes for juice that one time? You still have the scar on your hand. You didn't learn anything. What's wrong with you? Stay away from lemons. How are you not getting the sense that something bad is, like, about to happen? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, how many do you need? Masky asked, walking to the fridge. 2, I said, stirring the mixture. I looked at the recipe. Masky handed me the lemons. Blah, blah, blah. They're making things. So basically, they're going into a lot of detail about, like, the making of this thing. Could you put this in the fridge while I clean up, I asked. Yeah, Masky said, picking up the cheesecake. I cleaned up all the baking tools and set the table for dinner. Oh, how nice of you to be so polite and charming and kind to these fucking killers people. And you couldn't be like this to your family, your actual family? What the fuck, dude? How long till we can eat it, Masky asked. Probably when we are all done with dinner, I said. I could eat it just as it is, Masky said. I giggled. You really like cheesecake, don't you, Tim? I laughed. Like it? Oh no, I don't like cheesecake. I love cheesecake, Masky said. He then frowned. You used my real name, he said. Oh, sorry, do you not like to be called Tim, I asked. Masky smiled. No, it's fine. I just thought Hoodie was the only one who called me that, Masky said. I smiled. The oven beeped. Does that imply that the two of them are together? Because if so, good for them, but yeah, cool. There's garlic bread in the oven. There's salad. There is spaghetti and sauce. Thanks for helping, Nao, Masky said. Nao is her nickname. It's spelled like now, like N-A-O. N-A-O. Thanks for helping, now. You're welcome. Always happy to help, I said, walking out of the kitchen back into the living room and sat on the couch next to EJ. Hey, he said. Hi, I said, trying to ignore the kidneys he was eating. Sally came bounding down the stairs. Nao, I found something for you, she said, walking over with a beautifully wrapped box and handed it to me. Who is it from, I asked. She shrugged. I don't know. It was sitting on your bed, she said. What were you doing in my room, I questioned. Looking for Krista, Sally responded innocently. I laughed and shook my head. Oh, those kids. I opened the box and found a music box in it. I took it out and opened it. It played the most beautiful sound ever. There was also a necklace with white crystal on it. I immediately put it on. Whoa, who gave you that, Ben asked. I shrugged. I have no idea. Sally just found it on my bed, I said. It's a really pretty necklace, Sally said. Yeah, it is, and I have no idea who gave it to me. Yeah, you already established that, Naomi. Come on. Enough about that. I'm hungry, Ben said. She sits on the couch, like, staring at the music box. Don't you want to eat? Sally asked. Yeah, I'll eat in a minute, I said. She nodded and joined everyone else in the kitchen. I got up from the couch and went upstairs to my room. I cranked the music box up. The song sounded extremely familiar. Was it Kingdom Hearts? I sat on my bed, dinner forgotten, and listened to the tune for hours. When I stopped, I looked at the clock and noticed it was pretty late. I got in bed and fell asleep wondering if I would find whoever gave me the music box and the necklace. This is the first chapter, Naomi. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find who gave you that necklace and the music box pretty soon. I have faith in you. So this is still Naomi's perspective, and we're in chapter 2. The next morning, I woke up and got dressed in a flaming skull shirt, because you can have all the skulls you want now. I didn't have to kill anybody for this shit. I just bought it. My flaming skull shirt, along with a black skirt and black boots. Okay, not gonna lie, I would probably wear something like that. I have many black skirts and black boots. I put on my dragon claw bracelet and a skull ring. I put my guitar in its case and carried it downstairs. Sally was up and watching cartoons. So this is another thing I've noticed about a lot of, like, teenager written fan fiction. They put so much emphasis on, like, describing every single thing that they wear and every single thing they listen to, because it's, like, such an identifying, like, part of, like, their being. And, like, I get that, so I'm not mad at, like, the descriptor of the clothes and stuff, because, like, to be fair, it is a bit more immersive, and it is, you know, something that, you know, you identify with when you're a teenager, because, like, when you're a teenager, like, the clothes that you wear are like, I need to define who I am, and technically that's sort of still how people are these days, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm doing way too much of a psychological deep dive into a fucking fanfiction about a CreepyPasta character with a self-insert character that's like a Mary Sue, so can't help it. It's just how my brain goes. Naomi walks to the high school. She drinks the potion, and it was dark and cloudy, and it looked like it was going to rain. Apparently, even though she's, like, completely, like, amazing and awesome at, like, playing guitar and everything, she's still nervous because it makes her relatable. I shook off my nervousness and walked up the stairs to the high school. I opened the door, walked inside, down the hall to the music room. I heard voices coming from the room. I knocked. Come on in, I heard a girl say. I walked in to find 3 girls playing with different instruments. Hey, I know you, one of the girls said. She had short black hair and a black spiked necklace along with black shirt and pants. You do? I asked. Yeah, you're that girl who gave Grace a run for her money during that guitar battle, the girl said. Oh yeah, that's me, I said, smiling a little. One of the girls walked over to me holding a bass. I'm Leah. The girl in black is Jade, the drummer, and the other girl is June, her twin sister, and she plays the keyboard, Leah said. I'm Naomi, and I'm here for the tryouts, I said. No need to try out. We've seen what you can do on the guitar, Jade said. Yeah, the whole battle was on the news. You shamed Grace pretty badly, and her band went down in the ranks, June said. So I'm in? I asked. Yeah, Leah said. I smiled. Let's see the guitar that beat Grace. I'm just imagining, like, let's see the guitar that beat Grace. Like, she, like, physically beat Grace with the guitar. I nodded and pulled the guitar out from its case and showed it to them. That's one cool guitar, Jade said. Thanks, I said, smiling. June looked at the base of it. The base seems to look like an axe. Cool, huh? I said. Wicked cool, Jade said. So what does this band do? I asked. I'm assuming play music, or maybe original songs and like cover songs, sometimes in front of a live audience, sometimes they probably record it. I don't know, I can't really imagine what else a band would do, unless they're talking about like spinning plates and, you know, making hot dogs, you know, normal band stuff. Well, we do covers of songs and perform them at school things. We also have a sponsor who lets us go on tours to some cities. That's so cool, I said, finally getting an exclamation mark and some sort of emotion out of Naomi. Hey, do you know what oh my god. Hey, do you know what Vocaloids are? June asked. Yeah, Vocaloids are the holograms that sing. I love them, I said. Well, you're gonna love this. We've recently started doing English Vocaloid covers since the lyrics are in a different language. So they're covering... Okay, so I think what she meant is that they're covering Vocaloid songs, but translating them into English and playing them on guitar and drums and stuff. Okay. So basically they go over like... Oh, wait a minute. Here are the songs we're thinking of doing. So basically, I think what they're doing is they're doing covers of songs, trying to be like Vocaloids. I don't know. I think she just really wanted it to be, really wanted it to be clear that Naomi likes Vocaloids. And I do too. Vocaloids are fantastic. They go down and describe like these bands. Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, OTEP, Skillet, Red Light King, 3 Days Grace, and Vocaloid. These are all my favorite bands, I said. Convenient. But where's Kingdom Hearts? Awesome! I knew we'd like you, Leah said. They're deciding what song they want to do to like warm up, and then Naomi suggests the song Monster by Skillet, and then they record it, and they ask if she can sing while playing guitar, and Naomi says, prepare to be amazed. We played the song, and if you asked me, we sounded pretty good. I was glad I chose a wireless guitar. I moved a lot during the song. When the song ended, I stopped the video. Holy cow, now! Oh wait, no. Holy cow, Nao, that was amazing, Jade said. Yeah, you even got that roar in there, Leah said. Plus, you've got a really good voice, June said. Thanks, guys, I said. So, what next, June asked. Well, we do have that upcoming band battle against Grace and the Rockets in 3 or 4 weeks, Jade said. Oh, wow, that's really close, June said. What songs are we doing, I asked. Okay, and so they do Monster and Rise by Skillet, Overrated and Home by 3 Days Grace, Dance with the Devil and Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin, Everybody's Fool by Evanescence, and lastly, Rise, Rebel, Resist by OTEP. Sounds great, I said. Think you can handle all those guitar solos and singing, Jade asked. I can certainly try, I said, smiling. Hey, let's exchange numbers so we can contact each other, June suggested. We all swapped numbers. My phone buzzed and I looked at it. I had gotten a text from Maskey that said, Urgent. Jeff has been attacked. Get home fast. Sorry, girls. I've got to run home. Something's happened. Fill you in later, I said, putting my guitar case over my shoulder as I ran out the door. Every worst possible scenario ran through my mind. I ran into the woods at top speed. What had happened to Jeff? I stopped for a moment to catch my breath. The woods seemed darker than usual. I shivered as the wind picked up. I felt like I was being watched. I pulled out my knife from my guitar bag. I heard something hiss behind me. I turned around, and standing in front of me was some sort of creature. It had gray skin and long, sharp razors at the end of its hands. I got another text from Maskey. Where are you? Staring at some strange creature that has razors for hands, I texted back. Just like the thing is like standing in front of her, and it's like when you're in a video game and there's like a monster attacking you, but like I need to open up my inventory and get like a potion, so you're like standing there and the monster is just like... The creature attacked me and I rolled out of the way as one of its razors skinned my leg. I grabbed my guitar case and whacked the creature on the head and ran. Is that the thing that attacked Jeff, I thought? I turned around to see where the creature was. I crashed into something and hit the ground hard. There you are, I heard someone say. I looked up and saw Maskey. What are you doing here, I asked Daze. Rescuing you, Maskey said, pulling me off the ground. How did you get here so fast, I asked. Slender teleportation, he said. Convenient. Right, Masky and Hoodie can teleport like Slender Man. What did this thing look like? Masky asked. It was gray, didn't have clothes, and had razors on its hands, I said. That sounds like the Rake, Masky muttered. What's the Rake? I asked. The thing that you use to clean up leaves? I'll tell you later, but we need to get out of here, Masky said, looking at something. I followed his eyes and saw the Rake a few feet away. Oh my god! Masky grabbed my hand and teleported us back to the mansion. You're okay, Sally said, running over and hugging us. Partially okay, Ben said, looking at my leg. It's not so bad, I said. It's pretty deep, Toby said. Whatever, I said. Oh my god. Come with me, Masky said, walking up the stairs. I followed him to Jeff's room. So what happened to him, I asked. It was the same thing that attacked you. Jeff had gone out to do a little killing, and he was gone for hours. My brain keeps going to like all these imaginative places with this. I can just imagine Jeff just like with like a little like grocery tote bag over his shoulder, like wearing like a hat, like a baseball hat, just being like, all right guys, I'm going out to get some groceries. I'm gonna go do a little killing. I might get a burrito or something on the way back. I might stop at Chipotle. Do you guys want anything? Okay, bye, and like leaves. Just going out to do a little killing. God. We all went looking for him, and that's when we found him collapsed in the middle of the woods. The cuts were pretty bad, Masky said. Masky opened the door and jumped out of the way as a knife flew past his head and lodged itself into the wall. The fuck? Sorry, Masky, Jeff said. I yanked the knife out of the wall. Dude, you could have killed me, Masky said. I said I was sorry, Jeff exclaimed. I looked at the door to find knives all over it. Bored much? I asked. Jeff nodded. What happened to your leg? He asked. I was attacked by the same thing that attacked you, I said. Okay, I've seen some creepy things in my life, but that was just... What the heck was that thing? Jeff asked. It's called the Rake. It's a follower of Zalgo, Masky said, sighing. I froze. Did you just say Zalgo? I asked. Masky nodded. Yay, why? It's spelled like Y-E-A, like yay, but it's supposed to say like yeah, but I'm saying yay. Yay, why? He asked. I remembered my dream and what Grace had said. Lord Zalgo will reign supreme, I told Masky about the dream I had. If the Rake has awakened... If the Rake has awakened, it doesn't necessarily mean that Zalgo is awakened along with it, I said. It is possible. I haven't sensed any signs of Zalgo's awakening, and it is possible that his followers can awaken without him. But just in case, you should all be cautious, Slender warned, appearing from nowhere. I was just about to say, where did Slender Man come from? I'll go tell the others, Masky said. I have work that needs to be done. Call me if you need me, Slender said, disappearing. Thanks, Dad. How are the tryouts? Jeff asked. I didn't even get to you, I said. Did they think you were not good enough? He asked. No, they saw the video of Grace in my guitar battle and they instantly let me in, I exclaimed, but with no exclamation mark. That's great, Jeff said. Yep, we have a battle against Grace and her band in 3 weeks, I said. Hopefully I'll be better by then to come see, Jeff said. I smiled. My phone buzzed and I looked at it. It was from Jade. She had sent the video of us playing. I smiled. What is it? Jeff said, sitting up. The drummer in the band sent me a video of us playing, I said. Can I see? He asked. Yeah, sure. They watched the video. I watched Jeff's face as he watched the video. I giggled when his mouth dropped open. He looked at me and then back at the screen. So like... Gasp! I smiled. He handed me back my phone and sat there for a second. You okay? I asked. That was amazing! You're amazing! Jeff said, kissing me. Thanks, I said. Naomi, have you said anything nice to Jeff this whole time? Like, have you said anything about, like, how he's amazing and how amazing you admire the fact that he can go out and do a little killing? No, you haven't. You've got a really great voice, and I can't believe the whole band is made of girls, Jeff said. I laughed. Yeah, I was surprised too. Wow, a band that's comprised entirely of girls. Groundbreaking. You know, they kind of chit-chat back and forth, and he's like, oh, I hope you beat Grace. And she's like, you need to rest, I'm gonna go practice. And, you know, she puts on her headphones and plays some music, and she does this for a few hours. And then she pulls out her Game Boy and starts to play Pokemon Soul Silver. I turned the game on and hit the start button. Instead of the regular start screen, the game turned on to Lavender Town. Oh, God. I see where this is going. I don't remember saving here, I muttered. I walked around the town. This is super weird, I said. I placed the game on my bed and went downstairs. So she goes downstairs, the kitten's wearing a little bonnet, it's adorable. She walks over to Ben. Hey Ben, I have a game question. Sure, Ben said, not taking his eyes off of his game. So I have this old Game Boy and a copy of Pokemon Soul Silver that you lovingly gave to me for my birthday that I forgot. I started it up, but it didn't have the regular start screen. It just went straight to Lavender Town. Any idea what that means, I asked? Ben put his game down and stared at me. "Bring me the game," he finally said. I nodded and ran upstairs to my room. The door was shut. I didn't remember shutting the door. I heard a strange beeping sound coming from the other side. I opened the door slowly, and there, hovering a few inches above the ground in the middle of my room, was the main character from my game. The only thing was, he didn't have arms or legs, and there were a bunch of Unowns floating around him. That's what it says, U-N-O-W-N-S. Maybe I'm just dumb, but whatever. Unowns floating around him. I opened the door all the way and walked inside. This is super weird," I said as Ben walked in. "What's taking so long?" he asked, standing next to me. "She just walked up the stairs, homie. She can't teleport like Slender Dad. Like, come on!" The boy turned around to face Ben and me. His eyes were all black and there was blood dripping from them. "I figured out what was wrong with your game," Ben said. I ignored him. "Even though you asked him what was wrong with the game in the first place?" "Who are you?" I asked the boy. Unowns floated before him, spelling out a name. "Lost Silver," I said. Silver nodded. "Can't you talk?" Ben asked. The Unowns spelled out, "I can talk, but I prefer to speak telepathically." "Were you the one who glitched my game?" I asked. The Unowns spelled out, "Yes." "I've been following your character. You are a great Pokemon trainer. You take such good care of your Pokemon," Silver said in my head. "Well, thanks," I said, blushing a little. "What did he say?" Ben asked. I ignored him. "Bitch? What happened to you that made you look like this?" I asked. "Ghost killed me," Silver said. I picked up my Game Boy. "Ghost?" I asked. Silver nodded. "Are you going to stay here in the real world?" Ben asked. The Unowns spelled out yes. "How come he's only using the Unowns with me?" he asked, looking at me. I shrugged. Ben rolled his eyes and left. Yeah. Rude! Rude! So rude! I sat on my bed and shut my game off and stuck it back in the drawer. "Sorry for glitching your game," Silver said. "It's okay, I'm kind of glad you did. I'm glad I got to meet you," I said. Silver smiled. "I'm gonna go take a look around," Silver said and glitched out of my room. So we have like some like a nice little like vaporwave kind of ghost around. I sighed and lay back on my bed. So much stuff is happening. What's gonna happen to this family, I thought. I started to doze off and my phone started ringing. "Playing Kingdom Hearts?" I picked it up. "Hello?" I said. "Hey, Nao, it's June." I heard June's voice come through the phone. Duh? "Hey, what's up?" I asked. "We've added some new songs if you want to add them to the list we gave you," June said. So she's like talking about the songs that they're adding. They're gonna do a special song for the last one. We're adding special effects to it. The special song is Know What You Did in the Dark by Fall Out Boy. Basically they're saying like the special thing that they're adding is they're gonna add some explosions to the end. There's gonna be fireworks because the band battle is gonna be outside and it's gonna be like this big fancy doohickey. And June basically asks, "Oh, why did you leave earlier?" And Naomi is like, "Oh, my boyfriend got hurt. My brother texted me." And then they asked if she's okay. And then June is like, "Do you want to go to the bakery shop with me in a few minutes?" "Yeah, because there's like this thing running around in the woods that I'm like totally, that I like barely escaped, by the skin of my teeth due to slender transportation. But yeah, I'm totally cool to walk around in the woods." It's the same thing that happened when she was getting chased by those bullies. It's like, I'm gonna hide in the house for a bit and order pizza, but then I'll just like walk home and then get shot. No common sense here. So she says that she's gonna go meet June at a bakery shop. And then Sally says, "Hey, Naomi, where are you going?" And that's the end of the chapter, and that is the end of the sample of this book. What can I say about this book? I am no stranger to writing self-indulgent fanfiction, as I have previously stated. Self-indulgent fanfiction, or writing like self-indulgent things, is just sort of like a rite of passage. It's like a rite of passage that everybody goes through when they are a part of a specific demographic. And fanfiction's great. I have read so many good fanfictions. There are some good fanfictions that have like legit like made me cry. And I do write like smutty, weird fanfiction that is sort of like not like self-insert, but it's like an original characters or whatever. And my writing, I was like, I am still finishing up that thing I started for NaNoWriMo. It's not finished. It's almost finished, but like my writing, admittedly, is young adult fiction at best, but I kind of feel like my characters have a little bit of depth to them. Like they have like things that they're working on and they have insecurities that are consistent. Like Naomi has her insecurities and she's like, "Oh, I'm nervous. I don't know if I'm gonna make this band tryout thing, even though I totally like smoked Grace like in this band battle like in a guitar store that was like all over the news." Whatever. I'm like reading too much into this, but I am, even though this is like really bad, I'm almost tempted to get the book and do another one of these videos because, yeah, I actually did have a lot of fun reading this, even though it was, like, not very good, but that's what makes it good, right? I mean, to be fair, like, yes, I keep saying, you know, goth tryhard kid, but, like, admittedly, deep in my heart of hearts, I am still that awkward goth tryhard kid from high school. As if you couldn't tell from the everything about me. I just happen to have these things laying around, so. Also, what I'm trying to say is, write all the bad fan fiction you want, and don't go and murder people. Don't go and murder people because you are not going to find yourself in a mansion in the middle of the woods with Slender Man. I love and appreciate every single one of you who take time out of your day to watch my videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, week, whatever point you are watching this video at, and I will see you all in the next one. Love you, bye! I don't understand why, like, kids who write fan fiction like this, like, glorify killing people. Not to mention glorifying people. What?
If you want to send a reply, just let me know.
Oh my god, that was so creepy! My Google Home, like, literally just, like, sent a message of my boyfriend saying stuff to me. That was so weird. Anyway. Hey Google, send a reply to Doug.
What's the message?
I'm filming a video, you weirdo.
Okay, done.
Thank you. Oh my god, that threw me off my groove, like, so bad. Oh my god. Woo. Okay. Oh god, okay. So going, I can't even keep a straight face anymore. God damn it, hold on.